Welcome into tonight's Wheaton Thunder men's basketball game here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Thanks for joining us here inside King Arena. My name's Abram Erickson. I'm here alongside Don Crowder, on WTSN. And Don, this is the first time that we get to see the Thunder here post-Lee Fund tournament, where I think they came out with a good showing, surprised a lot of people, going 2-0, beating Principia and then the University of Wisconsin River Falls, but they face up against a formidable opponent tonight in the Lake Forest College Foresters.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely right to say that this matchup is not going to be like the matchups they had in the Lee Fund tournament. This Lake Forest team can score, they can defend, they can do it all. I mean, looking at some of the stats that they have, 49.2% from behind the arc. And that's led mainly by freshman sensation Aiden Albright, averaging 22 points off of the bench, shooting 61% from three-point land. And they just look like they have it all. They've got youth, they've got size, but Wheaton has shown that they also have tenacity going off of their two leading scorers who both earned all-tournament honors. Niamie Adome, who was the MVP in that Lee Fund tournament, and Tyson Cruikshank as well, both averaging over 20 points a game, both playing very well. Certainly excited for this matchup. We'll really see the first test for this new Thunder team.
Yeah, and I think we did kind of think that was going to come against UW River Falls, coming off of the game against Principia, which was a pretty comfortable win for the Thunder, despite, as we talked to Coach Schauer afterwards, not feeling that they played great. They came out and played very well against River Falls, and then now as we move on tonight, again, we're talking about a team that should be better than the past two teams that we've played, and so it'll be interesting to see how they come out tonight. Don, you mentioned the play of Niamie Adome and Tyson Cruikshank, and like you said, they're leading this Thunder team. They're both sitting at 22.5 points per game this season, as they were tied with 45 points through that Lee Fund tournament. But we've got a lot of production out of a lot of other places as well. We've started a front three that's been extremely big, that we will see if Coach Schauer sticks with tonight, of Gavin Hawkins, Cade Aliath, and Anajuan Spencer. So the size will certainly be something that we will look at to play out in this game against the Lake Forest team that can also match up big if they want to. They've got a lot of guys hovering around that 6'3", 6'4" range, but they can push up to use players like Kazardis or Novi, who do stand at 6'8". So we will now send it down to the public address announcer for the introductions of our starting lineups and for the national anthem. Once again, thanks for joining us on WTSN. We'll be back after the introductions and the anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to King Arena on the campus of Wheaton College for tonight's men's basketball game between the Lake Forest College Foresters and your Wheaton College Thunder. At this time, we'd ask everyone to please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for the Foresters from Lake Forest College. Number 3, a 6'even" junior from Pasadena, California, Sean Espinoza. Number 11, a 6'1" sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona, Tashawn Brown. A 6'3" senior from Tarzana, California, number 15, Aram Arslanian. Number 24, a 6'5" freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, Reese Taylor. And number 31, a 6'8" freshman from Cedarburg, Wisconsin, Victor Novi. The Foresters are coached by Ken Davis. Here are the starters for your Wheaton College Thunder. Number 2, a 6'6" junior from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Cade Alioth. Number 13, a 5'11" sophomore from Highlands, Colorado, Tyson Cruikshank. Number 20, a 6'1" junior from Orlando, Florida, Niamie Adom. Number 25, a 6'8" senior from Chicago, Anajuan Spencer. And number 42, a 6'7" junior from Little Rock, Arkansas, Gavin Hawkins. The Thunder is coached by Mike Schauer, assisted by John Panner, Joel Smith, and Zach Quam. The officials for tonight's game, John Washoe, Drew Larson, and Venerio Maru.
And so we are back here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Thanks for joining us. If you are just joining us here inside King Arena, we're just about set to tip off here at this game between the Wheaton Thunder and the Lake Forest Foresters. I'm Abram Erickson here with Don Crowder. And Don, one thing I think we will have to note as the Thunder come into this one, we mentioned coming off that successful Lee Fund Classic. Tonight, they're going to play in a semi-empty building for the first time, as King Arena was packed on Friday and Saturday night for the Lee Fund Classic, and fans continue to trickle in here tonight, but certainly not the energy level that they're going to have tonight as they had against the two teams that they played this weekend. So interesting to see if they'll come out with that same level of intensity and energy that we saw in the tournament. Tip is won away by the Foresters after Spencer touched it first, but Espinoza will begin things here for Lake Forest. Guarded by a dome. Now Arslanian hands off on the other side to Taylor. Into the corner now. Brown inside. Good little pass there. That was tipped by Gavin Hawkins, it looks like, as he wanted to get it to Reese Taylor there on the baseline. But already we see Lake Forest wanting to get the ball inside tonight. They did start Victor Novi at 6'8", freshman, so they do have some size out on the floor. Inbounded to Brown. Back up top to Arslanian. Driving in, fires off a fadeaway jumper from the free throw line that's brought down by Tyson Cruikshank. Outside to Spencer. Pump fake there on the three-pointer, and we'll get it over to a dome to begin the Thunder's first set on offense. Good cut inside by Alioth, but he bobbled it. Arslanian takes it away. Looking up the sideline. Spin move inside the paint. Layup is no good, as they will keep possession.
Yeah, and a bit of a late whistle coming in there. Spencer just on the contest. It was a really nice spin move there from Taylor, but it looks like Spencer got him on the arm.
So Taylor will be at the line. He's one of two freshmen starting tonight for the Foresters. He's this 6'5" forward from Phoenix, Arizona. The other being Victor Novi, the 6'8" freshman. And he will knock down his two free throws to give us our first points of the game here with 19 minutes and 10 seconds. Full court pressure coming now against the Thunder, and this is the first time that we've seen this year. They've got to get it across. It's tipped, and that's the 10-second violation. Lake Forest able to swallow the Thunder up in their own side of the court and get the turnover.
Yeah, and that's huge right there. Couldn't really see it on the screen. The entire Forester bench rising up to celebrate that early victory in this press. If Wheaton can't break it, that's going to be a huge factor in this first half.
Brown driving inside, kicks out to the corner for the three-pointer, which is good by Taylor. They will get right back into the press with a 5-0 lead.
Well, we know they can shoot threes. That's their specialty. Wheaton has to get out to that corner and defend.
Thunder able to break the trap pretty easily that time. Now they're trying to set something on offense here, and They go over to a Najwa and Spencer. That's tipped. Another turnover for the Thunder now. Not able to connect on their passes as Espinoza pulls up on a dime and shoots the three, which he gets. 8-0 lead for the Foresters.
And those are some really terrific buckets for the Foresters. The 2 threes and then, of course, the 2 free throws. Lots of excellent looks right now. And just like we said at the beginning, three-point shooting is a huge deal for this Lake Forest team, and they're already proving their worth. 2 for 2 from behind the arc, and Wheaton with an early deficit.
The 2 players to hit the threes. Sean Espinoza shooting 45.5%. He's 5 for 11 on the year from behind the arc, but Reese Taylor pulling just his second three-pointer of the year, but he's 2 for 2, 100%. So far, the Thunder haven't been able to get anything going on offense, turning it over each time. Not able to get a shot off yet. Now we're almost 2 minutes into this quarter. They're going to have to break this press and be able to set something on offense. They've looked frazzled each time that they have passed half court. So Spencer looking to inbound. Goes to Cruikshank in the corner, who tries to get it over to Spencer. Ball bobbled around a couple times, and now a skip pass by Adome will get to Aliath. Cruikshank up top. Now a lot of defensive pressure coming from the Foresters. Hawkins, handoff there to Adome. Driving inside, putting up the acrobatic layup, which spins off the rim. Rebound Foresters, and Espinoza wants to move fast. Gets a screen up top, but will not use it, as now he pulls a long 2, which is short off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Hawkins out to Cruikshank. He goes over to Spencer on the break, putting it up. That shot is off, but he's able to get his own rebound and put that one in.
Yeah, and he got blocked on the way up, but it just fell right back in his lap. Good composure to convert that one.
Over now to Arslanian, handoff to Espinoza. Espinoza guarded there by Adome. There's the three-point try, and that one is good as well from Victor Novi.
And Novi 6'8", that's another one of those unblockable shots. He's got such a high release. If the Foresters can continue going to him, that's going to be tough to stop.
Now into the middle to Adome. Press is broken. It's a 2-on-2. Hawkins from the corner to try a 3. Air ball tipped by Aliath, so it'll go back to the Foresters.
Hawkins, a player who we've seen consistently able to hit that shot. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for him there. Aliath still working down low. It's something that he's going to have to continue doing. He needs to be the size here for the Thunder.
And now look at the Thunder here putting on a little pressure, or at least it seems they would until they back off. 3 minutes into this one, it's 11-2. Lake Forest leads as Brown brings it up on the other side of the floor. Faked handoff, and now they want to look down in the post. Ball gets rotated over to Arslanian. There's the pass inside, tipped by Aliath. Good defense there from the Thunder to force a turnover. Cruikshank looking up the floor to Lipscomb. Lipscomb, who just checked in, had a good tournament. Outside now to Spencer. He'll hand off to Adome. Pulls up the 3, and it's too long. Now out to Espinoza. Espinoza into the corner. There's Brown. Brown, high arcing shot that glances off the rim and is rebounded by the Thunder. And now Adome will slow things down just a little, getting a screen from Spencer. Out to Lipscomb. Trying to enter it into the short corner there to Aliath. Backing down off of his left shoulder, putting up the hook, but he's blocked by Arslanian. And now Brown is out on the run. Espinoza on the wing, pump fake, works inside the lane, kicks out. One more pass to the corner. There's Brown once more, who hits another 3.
That's just some spectacular ball movement. A couple of good looks passed up on to get the best shot for Taylor in the corner.
And Taylor's second 3 of the night already. 14-2. Lake Forest leads. Adome in the center. Passes out to Aliath, and the last couple trips down, the Thunder haven't had trouble breaking the press, but they have had an issue getting the offense going. Here's Spencer. That one's long as well. A lot of one-and-dones here on offense. Into the corner, there's Novi. Jump shot is off. Cruikshank with the rebound, and the Thunder look like they want to push. Screen there from Spencer, but Brown able to stick to Cruikshank. Now Adome calling out the play for the Thunder. Looks like he'll get a high screen from Spencer, and now try to work on his own inside. Foul there and he'll head to the line with a chance to double the Thunder score.
And look at that crossover right there. Does a really good job of keeping his body perfectly vertical to the basket. Doesn't lose any speed, forces Espinoza to come in for the foul.
Adome at the line now, 13 for 15 on the year so far through the first 2 games for 87% from the line. Hits the first one and gives the Thunder 3. The lead is still 11. We see Colin Uvegas check in for Anajuan Spencer, and Uvegas, another guard that we saw come in and play good minutes for the Thunder, as he's got a couple points on the year. And Adome is good on the second as well. So now we see a little smaller look from the Thunder with Cruikshank, Adome, and Uvegas there with Aliath and Lipscomb in the front court. Into the block to Novi. Novi working against Aliath. Good defense by Cade Aliath. Ball out to Uvegas on the big outlet pass. Going into the corner to Adome. Behind the back dribble, but Espinoza is right there to shut that down. And now a carry called against Nyamie Adome. And the Thunder not happy, but that Lake Forest bench is excited, and they've played a factor in this one already.
I mean, it just looks like the Foresters have come to play, and Wheaton is just taking a little bit more time to adjust. We're looking at these Forester players. They're clapping. They're getting up off the bench. They're shouting at the top of their lungs. They're ready for this game, and it seems that this aggressiveness really paying off with the early press, and, of course, making a couple good shots as well. It never hurts. But Lake Forest right now looking like they're got a good game plan going on.
Layup is no good there by the Foresters. That was number 34, Frank Segan, who just checked in, and pass is picked off there right into the hands of number 30 for the Foresters, Aiden Albright. And here's this pressure. Houston troubling Uvegas, who's able to get up the court. Now out to Cruikshank, and he traveled. We see a new 3 guys on the court for Lake Forest. That's number 30, as I said, Aiden Albright. We see 34, Frank Segan, as well as number 4, Sam Houston. Out there we see Anajuan Spencer check back in for the Thunder with 14 minutes to go. Over to Arslanian in the corner to Espinoza, who works his way up back towards the top. Espinoza calling for the screen, which he'll get, going back to the wing. There's Houston to try the 3, and that one rolls in. Lake Forest hot from the outside to start this one.
Well, they can't miss, but what I really like is how quickly they went into that press. No celebrating for the good shot. They know their game plan. They go right into it, and that shows good discipline.
There, Cruikshank goes down, and a 10-second violation called against the Thunder. The press gets to them once again. And you see Anajuan Spencer trying to gather his team here and have them gain some composure, as they just seem frazzled here, taken a little aback by the aggressiveness of this Foresters team.
Well, 7 turnovers already in this game. The Thunder have averaged 9 over the first 2 games in the entire game. So already approaching that season average. 6.5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, the clock sits at 13:32, and it's 19-4. We see now checking in for the Thunder, it's Andrew Williams, number 31, to replace Nyamie Adome. And then Tashawn Brown comes back in for the Foresters. Williams had a good tournament as well, surprising to some of us here, as he, the freshman that got the most playing time in that tournament, brought a lot of energy. We'll see if he can provide a spark tonight. Brown guarded by Cruikshank. Gets the handoff, and now it's up to Albright. Screen up top by Arslanian, and that's going to be an illegal screen. The Thunder will get one back here.
And that's a lot of needed momentum right here. And I think with the addition of Williams in, Coach Schauer knows that there's not a single player on the court that can match his heart. Diving after loose balls, going after rebounds. He's going to inject some pace into this Thunder side.
Number 10, Michael Drew Jr., coming in for the Foresters as well. Pump fake there by Cruikshank. Gets it up to Uvegas, and he's hit at the center of the court. Brown called on the foul.
Good move there from you, Vegas. Sometimes you can't break the press with a pass. You got to dribble. Use this body well to pick up that foul, and maybe that'll just curb the aggressiveness from these Foresters early.
They've committed 3 fouls in this one compared to the Thunder's 1, but they've been able to get things done as Cruikshank gets inside, getting the layup to go and scoring another much-needed bucket for the Thunder. Brown once again working past Cruikshank, loses the ball there. It's off of Williams. Lipscomb goes down on the floor, trying to get it off to Spencer. It's underneath, finally picked up by U Vegas, who gets it out to Cruikshank. Goes over to Spencer and will get it up to U Vegas now. Underneath, Lipscomb wide open, misses the dunk. He gets the ball back and goes out to Williams. Williams works inside, and then the foul going to be called there on Seagium.
Well, this is just tough right here. Going up for the one-hander. Looked like he went for too much power there, but you can't really blame him. When you're in that position, you got to go for the dunk. But Williams here picks it up, wasting no time to go at the basket, picking up the foul.
And that's what we've seen from Williams so far. Just aggressiveness, no timidity at all, playing as a freshman here for this Thunder squad. And the Thunder will come out with an inbound here after this timeout, which was called by head coach Ken Davis of Lake Forest. The Thunder 1 for 6 on their last 6 field goals and 0 for 3 from behind the arc. That's one thing that we knew would eventually catch up to the Thunder here, as they shot extremely well during the Leaf Fund tournament. And while this squad is packed with shooters from top to bottom, there are nights where your team is just going to be cold, and the sign of a good team is being able to overcome those nights where things aren't dropping and still be able to score. The Thunder haven't shown they've been able to do that yet, although there is still time left. 12:36 here left in this first half.
And there is reason for that. The Foresters' defense holding opposing teams 28.3%. They do have the defense, and we've seen tonight they also have the offense.
Out to you, Vegas. Now up top, into the corner, Cruikshank to try a 3, and he gets it to go. Tyson Cruikshank on his first 3 of the night, hoping to take the lid off the basket for the Thunder. 19-9 now. Espinoza works to the free throw line, into the corner to Drew Jr., and there's Spencer going to get called. Kind of hit Drew Jr. in the shoulder there as he drove.
Yeah, right there, just unable to keep up with Jr. And a nice pass out from Espinoza, who we've seen has that ability to slash and pass out. That's how they've gotten a couple of their early 3-pointers. Something more for the Thunder to keep mind of is just that slashing ability of Espinoza.
Houston going up to Albright now. Back over to Espinoza. He'll try the 3, and it's good. Now 6 for 7 on the night for the Foresters. Cruikshank faces up, and he's just going to tell his team to get past half court. He'll bring it up himself past Albright. Out to Aliath, and now Hawkins up top. Goes back to Williams. Looking for a cutting U Vegas underneath the hoop. Can't get it to him. He'll get it now on the outside. Works around the screen from Hawkins. Slips, but still gets the pass off to Aliath, who finishes underneath.
I mean, he puts up that pump fake, and he's got 3 guys in the air. Good awareness from U Vegas to see him down low.
Novi's checked back in, and he wanted to give Espinoza a screen there. He didn't take it. As now Espinoza does go over to Houston on the wing. Skip pass all the way into the corner for Drew Jr. Up now against Hawkins, and he will get called on the foul.
Now Hawkins is coming over to help out Aliath. Yeah, it goes up straight, but then ends up throwing in that arm there. Good call from the ref.
Michael Drew Jr. at the line for 2 free throws. And Don, I think one thing that's struck us so far tonight is this is by far the quickest team the Thunder have played. With guards like Espinoza, Albright, and Brown, the Thunder just seem to be having to work a lot harder on offense and defense than they have.
And what's most surprising is the size difference. It looked like the Thunder would have that advantage, but in the press, it doesn't seem like they're able to find those tall players and get the ball up the court. They're having to rely on, like right now, just dribbling up, throwing off some quick passes.
A dome into the corner to Hawkins. Sets and shoots. Short. Rebounded by Junior. And now Houston Has it for the Foresters. Out to Albright. Into the corner. Novi goes by Hawkins, gets to the block, and goes back out, rotating it around the outside. Espinoza guarded by Uvegas now after Cruikshank comes out and puts a move there on Uvegas, but misses the shot. Adome now coming down with the Thunder. Out to Williams, three-point try, and it rattles in and out. Put back there by Alioth. He's fouled, although he couldn't get it to go.
Well, Alioth down low has really been one of the consistent things in this game for the Thunder, going up there against two Forester players, getting the rebound and the foul. He's going to need to keep that up. Him and Lipscomb both leading the team in rebounds, and they need to lead it tonight.
Alioth good on the first. He's now 4 for 7 on the year from the free throw line. We're coming down to about 10 minutes left in the half, as the Thunder are still trailing by 11. It's 23-12. Alioth with the second half of his 2 shots, knocking that one down as well. So it's a 10-point ball game as Albright brings it up the right side. Gets the handoff there from Arslanian, and Espinoza double teamed quickly up top. Puts up the shot. It bounces once off the rim, able to get his own rebound, puts it up once more, and that one falls. Technical foul, and we'll see who it's called against. Looks like it's Espinoza. And didn't look like there was any physical action there. Had to be something he said.
Yeah, not sure if we're able to catch that. It was a nice move earlier, getting the rebound over Alioth, who just went a little too high, but then unfortunately getting that technical. And Wheaton's gotten a couple chances to get back into this game, as we see again just that replay. Espinoza, nice vertical there to get up, and yeah, maybe right there, just that little blurb, and then the call comes right after. But this technical free throw that, of course, Adome misses needs to be used to get some momentum for the Thunder.
Adome able to hit the second one, so the Thunder get a point out of it. We'll see what they're able to do now. They have the ball. We see Williams checked out for Cruikshank, so on the floor it's Cruikshank, Adome, Alioth, Lipscomb, and Hawkins for the Thunder. It's Albright, Brown, Arslanian, along with Reese Taylor, and the new arrival is number 35, Zach Klug. Into Cruikshank. Cruikshank will let his team clear out one-on-one against Brown, but there's Taylor waiting for the trap. Goes in the middle to Lipscomb, gets it over to Alioth. Alioth keeps it in play, and will now wait to get it to a guard. That's Adome up top as the clock crosses that 10-minute threshold. Adome outside. A screen from Alioth, 8 on the shot clock. Gets inside, he's hit and loses the ball. Taylor recovers underneath. Albright coming up the sideline, going into Arslanian. Brown back up top to Taylor. Taylor on the wing, now to Brown in the corner. He'll dribble it up. Shot from the outside, that's buried by Klug, and anyone that the Foresters seem to bring in ready to get in and hit a shot, as they're now 7 for 8 from the three-point line. Cruikshank goes to Adome. Good pass across the court to find the open Alioth. Now Hawkins. Handoff there to Adome. And he tries to pass it to Hawkins, but he's not there. Arslanian comes down, won't be troubled, and puts in the easy layup. Coach Schauer calls a timeout, and it's 30-14. His team is trailing with 8 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, and these turnovers just keep piling up. 9 now. With 8:56 left in this game, that matches their season average for the entire game, and they just can't seem to keep a hold of the ball. We've seen a couple of times some free layups here for the Foresters, just picking off even passes. And right now, ball security, huge factor in this game for the Thunder. I think even more so than the 7 for 8 from behind the arc for the Foresters.
Yeah, because the Thunder defensively have been in the right spots to stop these three-point shots. A couple have been open, but a lot of them have been guarded. On the offensive end, the Thunder just haven't been able to work the ball around, get the ball inside to put any shots up. You do talk about the 7 for 8, and obviously that's extraordinary for this Lake Forest team. at one point you just hope that you're able to weather the storm here. A team can't shoot that well, it seems, throughout the entire game, and so you would be able to hope that the Thunder can just limit the three-point attempts from Lake Forest. And the thing is that they just don't seem to show any sign of slowing down in this one. And the crazy part is 7 3-pointers, that's 21 of their 30 points coming from behind the arc. If the Thunder can just force them to get it inside, they haven't shown that they can score in the paint.
Well, just looking at their roster, only 3 players on this Forster team have scored more than 10 field goals. They don't seem to be a particularly deep squad in terms of scoring. They have a lot of quality players off the bench, but the scoring mainly comes from those 3 players, Albright, Espinoza, and Brown. If Wheaton can lock those guys down, they should do a little bit better when conceding the 3-point opportunities.
Cruikshank into a dome. Outside to Alyeth, breaks the press. And now Lake Forest retreats just a little bit. Alyeth, the screen up top. A dome, now to Cruikshank, 3-point try. It's up high off the rim. Ricochets down, and the Thunder give up another one there. Taylor inside, spinning and travels. Picks up his pivot foot.
And he can't believe it, but pretty easy call there. And Taylor, a player that's very fluid down low. He's got a lot of shifty moves, and right there, Alyeth, who we saw working on that post game in the warm-up. Really not a player you want to test down low.
U Vegas is back in for the Thunder. A dome, dribbling up past midcourt. Like he was going to be trapped there for a second, but he's able to dribble out of it. Cruikshank, who's guarded by Brown, is waiting up near half court for his team to move. Goes out to U Vegas on the wing. A screen finds Spencer open in the short corner, out to a dome. Pump fake there, puts up the pull-up jumper and rattles that one in. Niamey Adome now leads the Thunder with 6 points. Brown now against Cruikshank. Good hedge on the screen by Spencer. Taylor into the corner to Klug. Taylor works across the paint, goes up, good block by Alyeth. It comes down, out to Adome. And there's a defensive stop that could prove a momentum shift. Inside, Adome, no good. And that one's tipped out by Alyeth, although he thought that it had gone off the Foresters.
Well, I mean, just at both ends, Alyeth has got to be commended here. First off, the beautiful defensive play on Taylor. He knew when to jump and just stuffed him, but right there, he's always fighting for the offensive board. Over 3 Forester players there, and he's going to be a huge X factor in this game for Wheaton to come back.
Brown works inside, step back. Lost control of the ball, couldn't put up the shot as quick as he wanted to. Now he's back inside the paint. Scoop layup is no good, rebounded underneath by Alyeth. Cruikshank walks it up, no need to fear the press after the missed basket. Adome down to Alyeth. He's got the height advantage against Arslanian. Backs him down, gets underneath, puts it up, and it looks like he stepped on the end line. A really good post move there, and he ended up putting the bucket in, but foot apparently touching the baseline.
Yeah, it would have happened right there. That one touch. And good defense from Arslanian, who, as you said, didn't have the size there to match up with Alyeth, but at least had the size.
Brown. Screen up top. Now outside to Klug. He's already hit one. He tries another. It's off. Tipped out and gets to Brown. Pass up top. Handed off to Houston. Houston, the 3-point try. Off the rim. Alyeth, the rebound. And now Lake Forest seemingly showing they're human when shooting from the outside. Spencer being troubled there by Drew Jr. U Vegas hands off to Adome. Only 10 on the shot clock. We haven't seen the Thunder go deep into the clock much tonight. Great move on the crossover. Out to Spencer. 3-pointer off the front of the rim. Brown works up the sideline. Goes out on the wing to Arslanian. Pump fake gets him past Alyeth. Through the legs. Pass down to Spencer, but blocked big by Aliath. Another defensive stop for the Thunder.
And 3 straight blocks for Aliath as well. He's getting his game going.
Aliath goes back out. There is. Now it's up top to Adome. Adome to Cruikshank on the curl. He's blocked on the floater. Puts it back up, fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2 shots.
And I love the aggressiveness here. He's going to get blocked, but he does not care. He just goes right back up with it. Forester player's not expecting that quick turnaround jumper, and he's rewarded with the foul.
And so he'll head to the line with a chance to put 2 in for the Thunder. And Don, one thing I think that we've seen in these last couple minutes is that when the Thunder get stops, they don't have to worry about breaking the press, as you don't see Lake Forest getting into the press quickly after missed baskets. And so that's just more incentive to work hard on the defensive end. The press has troubled the Thunder a couple of times already tonight. It begins to be a cycle. If you can hold them on defense, you've got a better chance heading down on offense. The Thunder need to keep that trend going.
We talk about that every time they can skip the press, they might add 6 or 7 seconds onto that shot clock. That's a lot more time to make a good shot.
Albright over to Arslanian. Houston goes back to him up top. Pump fake, drives, spinning, kicks it out. Houston in the corner. Out to Brown now. On the wing. Crossover, but Cruikshank stays with him. Arslanian the 3, he buries it over the outstretched arm of Aliath.
Well, we thought that barrage was over. Arslanian now 2 for 5 on the year, shooting 40%, joining a lot of players for the Foresters that are shooting well from behind the arc.
Spencer puts that one up. He heads to the ground, and he doesn't get the whistle. Brown tipped there. Now Spencer gets it up on the other side, going up and putting it down over the top of Tashawn Brown.
Oh, look at this. He's going to come through. He has no worry about Brown behind him. And the tomahawk finish, and that's what you needed to see. A couple more people from Wheaton College have trickled into King Arena, and it got loud when he threw that one down.
Now something's happening as the referee heads over to the scorer's table, and there was a whistle right after the dunk went down. It didn't look like there was a foul. Not sure exactly what the whistle was going to be there. The ball will go back to Lake Forest. No inbound here. Now Coach Schauer having a talk with the referee. Now play finally going to be started. Lake Forest will roll it in. There's 4:35 to go. 20-33. The Thunder trail by 13. Outside now to Houston. There's Arslanian. Goes to his left against Lipscomb. Loses his balance. Falls off. And now Rowe has just checked in, number 2 with the ball against Cruikshank. Up to Albright, into the corner. Arslanian tries another one, and he gets another one to go. Lipscomb, even with his range, not able to defend that shot. Adome, handoff there to Cruikshank. Cruikshank gets in the paint, puts one up, off balance, gets it to go with the left hand.
And he's starting to get going. He's got 11 points now. Leads all scorers in this game.
Now inside to Novi. Arslanian back up top. Gets inside, now out to Novi. Novi in the corner, turning. Jumper, that's good. Off the spin move. Cruikshank, guarded by Albright. Over to Adome on the wing. He's guarded by Novi, that's a mismatch. And it's Rowe who's on Aliath. Vegas drives hard to the right, gets past Houston, puts it up and one.
Well, we know he's explosive. He's going to come here, exploit the gap. Does well to use his body to go up with that. Good finish with the right hand and the foul.
Vegas at the line for 1. It's his first bucket of the night. He's averaging 5 points a game through the first 2 games. And he puts that one through. The Thunder hitting 3 of their last 4 field goals for the first time all night. Over to Rowe. Up top now for the Foresters. That's TJ Lawler. Goes over to Arslanian, who dribbles it to the wing. Looks like they want to get Novi involved in the post. Good hedge on the screen. There it goes into Novi. He goes up against Aliath. Comes down, and Aliath able to tip that rebound out to Vegas. Into the corner to Cruikshank. Wide open three-pointer, and he puts it down. Tyson Cruikshank gets the 3 to go. 38-28, 10-point deficit.
Well, the quick turnaround, he throws it up to Cruikshank. He's going to hit that shot every time. We've seen him with the ability to be very clinical from long range. But I tell you what, Abram, I've been super impressed with Cade Aliath in this game. I think so far he's got to be the MVP for this Wheaton team. Just the defense he brings, his size at 6'6", he's a big guy. He can anchor it down low, and right there he can find the pass. And like you said, 10 points now. This is starting to look like the Wheaton team that we knew from the Leaf Fund tournament. They're starting to find their feet, and if they can go into halftime with a little bit smaller of a deficit, say they get 2 more shots, get it to 6 points, that's huge for morale.
Exactly. They're on a 6-0 run. And Don, like you said, they were trailing at one point there by 16 points. If they were able to get it down to 6 to have only a 2-possession game heading into the second half, although Lake Forest would still have really owned this first half in every category, that kind of gets wiped away when you start half number 2 if the Thunder can make a run here in these last 2.5 minutes.
And that goes back to what you said, right? Now shooting 9 for 12 behind the arc, that's really not sustainable. We know that this Forster team can shoot, but 75%, it's not going to keep happening. So that second half, it's going to be interesting.
Brown working past Cruikshank, who gets the block. Cruikshank all alone on defense there, no help, and he's still able to get the block against Brown.
Well, he's surprisingly good down low. He actually is, I believe, second on the team in rebounds per game, Cruikshank.
Albright goes in, and Vegas tips that inbounds pass right away. It'll be another inbound from down low, and although that doesn't seem like it means anything, as the ball will go right back to the Foresters, I think all those little plays like that slowly build up over the course of a game. Arslanian looking for someone to go to now. He goes to Novi up top. 3-point by Albright, no good, comes out. Aliath tips it, but it gets out to Cruikshank. Cruikshank now troubled by Albright, goes down. Albright with the steal, coming down against Aliath, goes up with the left hand and is good.
When Cruikshank is down on the floor, Albright came in with a good steal and put it up.
Cruikshank getting to his feet now as he works his way off the floor. Just took some time to get up, and he's met by the trainer, but goes off under his own power. So good to see that there, as he doesn't need any help to get up or get off the court. I'm sure he'll be checked down on the sideline, and if possible, will want to enter this game back as soon as he can.
And look who's replaced him, Andrew Williams, back into the game for these last 2 minutes.
Over to Adome. Adome crosses half court. Don't want to get trapped in that corner there, as that's where a lot of teams will try to trap you. Adome avoids that now. Out to Aliath. On the wing, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Spencer up top, 3-point attempt off the front of the rim, and then the backboard. Novi gets the rebound. Out to Brown. Adome has switched over to Brown now that Cruikshank is out. Inside to Novi. Aliath loses his balance. Novi goes up for the turnaround, and he gets that one to go. We saw him do it from the other side, and now from the left. Over to Williams. Skip pass across the court to Spencer. And there's the trap in that corner, but Spencer beats it. Aliath able to grab that pass after it was tipped. Now it's back out to Adome. Underneath, Vegas wide open. Great pass from Aliath. And with 1 minute to go, it's 42-30. Brown goes to the left, beats Adome, but good help there by Williams. Now he's fouled, and he gets it to go off the roll.
And I love the patience there from Tayshawn Brown. Waits for a dome to rise and goes up, forces the foul. And that's pretty gut-wrenching here for the Thunder. Now they're down 14, and halftime is approaching.
And that just goes to show how good this Lake Forest team is. Just when you think you can make a little bit of run here, they can storm back. And just like that, they rattled off 8 points to increase this distance now. Taylor's back in the game for the Foresters. A dome over to Williams through the press. They break it easily. 40 seconds to go on the clock. Vegas has it up top against Brown. Over to Spencer. Spencer trying to find a dome down low. Dribbles across the top and off to Williams. Inside the paint, gets hit, and he'll go to the line.
Well, Williams, never a player that's afraid to sacrifice his body for the Thunder, goes in and just moves Albright out of the way while he's in midair. And some nice free throws here for Andrew Williams.
And again, if Williams can hit 2 free throws here, it cuts the lead by just a little bit. It's 15 currently. They're sitting at 45-30. Williams hits the first one. But even a 10-point lead feels a lot less than 15 if the Thunder can cut it just a little bit more. Second one is off by Williams, but Aliev gets the rebound. And it's going to be a jump ball underneath, but it'll stay with the Thunder. The possession arrow is in their favor.
And good hustle from Alioth. 20 seconds on the shot clock, so they can't hold it for the rest of the half. But he at least earns his team another shot.
Vegas, the inbounder. Into a dome in the corner, pressured by Albright. Up to Vegas, who bobbles it there, but now 20 seconds left on the clock, 13 on the shot clock. It's pressured by Brown, over to a dome. A dome goes to his left, works inside the paint, dumps it down to Aliev. Shot is no good, but he puts it back up, and there he's fouled. Aliev missing the layup on the first try, but he'll get it, bring it back down and be fouled there.
Well, I wasn't really sure how a dome found Alioth underneath the basket, but it was a nice pass. And then on the second attempt, he just went up and got hacked from behind. 7.9 seconds left to go in this first half. Right now, Thunder need to make these free throws, and then they need to get back on defense. They can't get a 3 in return at the end of this half.
Aliev short. He's got to be gassed as he's leading the team in minutes right now, playing 18 out of the first 20 minutes. He's only checked out once, but he's been that vital to this Thunder team so far. But Don, I think you're right. The Thunder have to be quick back into D because a three-pointer here at the end of the quarter or the half by Lake Forest would be really demoralizing and devastating. Albright brings it up to the wing. He tries to drive inside. It's off the leg of Hawkins and will be out of play. 2.2 seconds left.
I mean, if any team can hit this catch-and-shoot 3, it is the Foresters.
They're going to have Albright inbound it. They've got Novi down on the block. Brown and Taylor are on the left side. It goes into Novi. He'll put it up from the elbow, and he knocks it down. And there's Victor Novi ending the half with a score from Lake Forest. So it's 47-32. The Thunder trail by 15 as they head into halftime. And Don, we've talked about it a lot, but this first half, all Lake Forest as they come out on fire from outside. They finally cooled down a little bit towards the second half of the period, but they're still shooting 69.2% from outside. The defense has been able to pressure the Thunder multiple times and turning the ball over, and their total now sits at 11 for the first half.
Yeah, and I think there's really two huge glaring reasons why the Foresters right now are leading by 15. The first, as you said, is that three-point shooting from Lake Forest. 69.2%, that is incredible. 9 for 13 on the night, but I think it's important to recognize that that's not sustainable. The Thunder are playing good defense. They're not suffering too many open looks, and right now the Foresters are just hot. But I think the other reason is right now the Foresters just want it more. We've seen them very energetic on the press, very energetic with their bench players. And right now, in the halftime talk, these Thunder players have got to generate that kind of action. They have to generate that kind of energy to get back into this game.
After a quick break here, we'll come back in the second half. Again, Tyson Cruikshank, who leads the Thunder with 12 points on the night, went down just before halftime with an injury that forced him off the floor. We will hope to see him out on the floor here for the second half if possible. And we'll be back in just about 10 minutes to kick off half number 2 here between the Foresters and the Thunder. Lake Forest College leading Wheaton College 47-32 here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Thank you.
Be inspired to lead others to the Christian faith as professional English language teachers serving across the globe.
Be challenged as you dive deep into learning about other cultures while understanding how to create the bridge between English and the native language of your students.
Be equipped as you gain valuable skills and lessons from leading researchers and teachers in the field who have decades of experience and whose work spans 6 continents.
Be inspired by diving deep into the study of the Bible and understanding the theology behind our faith.
Be challenged with advanced study of biblical and theological knowledge.
Be equipped to expand your knowledge, build your academic skills, develop critical reflection, and serve for Christ in His kingdom.
Be inspired as you grow in your ministry and collaborate with other leaders like you.
Be challenged, stretch your thinking, and deepen your understanding of your mission.
Be equipped to raise your level of leadership as you raise up faithful followers of Christ.
Be inspired to serve a world filled with justice and suffering.
Be challenged with a rigorous academic program that trains you to analyze psychological theory and research from a faith-based worldview and apply it to serve the needs of individuals and families in need of healing.
Be equipped to integrate your Christian faith and practice with the best of contemporary scholarship and professional standards in the disciplines of clinical psychology, counseling, and marriage and family therapy.
One word I'd use to describe my Wheaton experience is purposeful. And I say purposeful because through people and experiences here, the Lord has been teaching me to reorient my desires and aspirations for work in His kingdom.
Flourishing. I chose the word flourishing because of the specific leadership and mentorship opportunities I've experienced at Wheaton and how they've allowed me not only to grow here, but given me the confidence to navigate life after Wheaton.
Winning. I chose the word winning because I feel like all my friends and professors have encouraged me to have a winning mindset.
Full. I chose the word full because my Wheaton College experience has been full of mentorship and friendship here, and I've been left with intergenerational friendship that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life.
Transformative. The reason why I chose the word transformative is because of all the ways I've been influenced by my professors, my peers, and my friends at my time at Wheaton.
Rooted. The reason I chose the word rooted is because I am leaving Wheaton grounded in both my faith and calling.
Unexpected. The reason I chose this word is because I expected to be challenged by Wheaton's academics, but I wasn't expecting how I would be challenged and grown through Wheaton's athletics, student life, and student engagement.
Deep. I chose the word deep because of the deep relationships I've been able to build with friends and all the people I've been able to meet at Wheaton.
Holistic. I chose that word because Wheaton has taken my education and my vision for my life, and it's expanded it and shaped it physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in every way.
Journey. The reason why I chose Journey is because of the many highs and lows that I've experienced here at Wheaton. These highs and lows are a taste of what life after Wheaton is going to be like, and this is why I love Wheaton.
Welcome back into King Arena here tonight as we're getting ready to start this second half of this Wheaton Thunder men's basketball matchup between Wheaton College and Lake Forest College. Thanks for joining us on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. I'm Abram Erickson here with Don Crowder. And Don, this first half, as we talked, was all Foresters. There were a couple of bright spots here and there for the Thunder, and I think a lot of those came off of times where they were able to stop Lake Forest on defense. So if they can come out and do that here in the second half, I think they've got a chance to bring it back. One thing you've highlighted throughout the night is the play of Cade Aliath, and I think from his hustle plays and Tyson Cruikshank scoring, those are really two of the big reasons the Thunder are still even in this one at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the Thunder, these bright spots, they are pretty plentiful, but you can't have a stretch where you got two nice blocks and maybe a good layup and then just give up a three on the other end. You got to stay composed, and hopefully that'll change for the Thunder.
Novi, immediately we saw him hit the bucket right before half. He does so again here, and Lake Forest will get right back into this press. Cruikshank needs help. He's got no one to go to. Now Aliath has to get it across. Up to Spencer, and he does work his way through. Adome able to corral that pass from Spencer. Looked like he wanted the shot. Spencer will try a three. That's in and out. Reese Taylor and Cruikshank working hard there, and it's off of Taylor. So good to see Tyson Cruikshank back out on the floor after that little bit of a scary moment where we saw him go off with an injury. But he's back in. Here, Vegas up top to Cruikshank for the shot, and off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Albright. Out quickly to Espinoza, and he will try a three. That one's short as well. Aliath on another rebound. Cruikshank coming up the floor against Brown. Over to Adome. Adome dribbles it off his foot out of bounds, and that's another turnover for the Thunder.
And turnover number 12 here. And this one coming just under a minute into the game. It was a good drive by Adome, but we've seen a couple of times the Foresters are able to poke the ball free from him, and it's really disrupted his game tonight.
Taylor guarded by Aliath outside. Espinoza makes the cut, but it's back out to Taylor. He goes to the right, And big block by Spencer, who was right there waiting for Taylor to put that one up.
And that's how help defense really is supposed to operate. Alioth right here is going to prevent him from cutting back, but he's a little bit behind, so Spencer comes over and just the vertical. I mean, his head pretty much at the rim there.
Into Novi. Hits Espinoza on the curl. He gets to the elbow, then goes to Taylor outside. He drives in with the right hand, puts that one up, and it falls in off the front of the rim. So to begin this half, the Thunder still scoreless. Out now to Spencer, in down to the short corner to Alioth. Trying to back down against Taylor. Has the ball poked away from him. He gets it out to a dome on the skip pass. That's long on the three-point try. Espinoza out front to Albright. Past everybody, laying it up easily. And the Thunder just not back on defense. There's no excuse for that outlet pass to make it all the way to the rim. Going behind his back, a dome gets past Albright. Pump fake gets inside. Jumper from Spencer, and that one is clean through. First bucket of the second half for the Thunder.
Well, he's a big guy, but he's pretty agile at 6'8". Good pump fake, and that's a shot he's going to need to keep replicating.
Brown gets inside. Good defense there by Cruikshank, but still with the spin able to put that one through. Vegas needs to go to somebody here. He gets it into Spencer finally. He dribbles up. It's 2-on-2, and he goes up top high over Taylor. Coach Schauer takes a timeout, but Spencer going right at Reese Taylor.
And we haven't seen much of this season. Spencer as a ball handler. Victor Novi, he's been pretty good down low. He's been good contesting, but right there Spencer takes him off the dribble, and that's a good shot. But right now, Abram, for some reason, the Foresters have just been able to switch up their game plan completely, and they're still dominating this game. Most of their points really now coming from the inside. They're attacking, they're aggressive, and the Thunder seem to have no answer.
And although they have 9 threes on the night, and they have now 6 players that have hit three-pointers, Victor Novi is the high scorer, like you said, Don, as they've gotten it into him, and he's got 11, but wow, the point spread is really wide for this Lake Forest team. Novi has 11, Taylor has 10, Arslanian and Espinoza each with 8, and then Albright with 6 and Brown with 5. So for the Thunder, there's not really a opportunity to look at one person and try to shut them down. Lake Forest getting scoring from all avenues, while over on the Thunder side, it's really Cruikshank and Spencer, who have 12 and 8 respectively, who are pacing things for the Thunder.
And Yamie Adome, 1 for 5 on the night with 4 points. He's got 5 turnovers, and he's got to get something working here in the second half.
Brown will be guarded by Cruikshank. He goes right and gets right past Cruikshank. Kick out to Espinoza, who hop steps inside the lane, but goes back out to Taylor. Espinoza has it outside against Spencer. Into the corner to Brown. Espinoza wanting to work against Spencer, drives right by him, but Spencer gets the tip on that ball right as it got out of the hand of Espinoza. Cruikshank wanted to get it to Adome, but wasn't able to complete the pass. Now Adome inside, he's stripped down low, and it'll stay with the Thunder. See an inbound play from underneath. That'll be Cruikshank. Adome on the wing. Screen from Spencer. Pull-up jump shot from the elbow is good for Niamey Adome.
And the one consistent thing that Adome's been able to come up with tonight, he's got to keep going at that shot. They really don't have an answer for the pull-up mid-range jumper.
Albright pumps and then shoots from outside up high. Cruikshank there for the rebound. Good to see him elevating there off that leg. Didn't seem to have a problem getting up in the air. Hawkins into the corner, driving past Novi, works inside. He's hit and fouled, heading to the line for 2 shots. We haven't seen Hawkins a lot tonight. He started, but he's been out. Only has 8 minutes in this game, but he's back to start the second half and looks aggressive.
And Hawkins right there going and using his body against Novi. Novi, a player who matches him in height, but you got to admit Hawkins has got a few pounds on him. So if he can continue taking that to the rim, he's going to be putting in buckets.
You see Novi check out. Michael Drew Jr. comes in. And now the Thunder really have a height advantage with Spencer and Hawkins both standing at 6'8". or Hawkins at 6'7", excuse me, out on the floor. The tallest player out there for Lake Forest is Taylor, who stands at 6'5". Brown goes over to Taylor, and now after a couple handoffs, it's Albright. Deep into the corner to Brown. Three-point try. No good. He fell to the ground, but no whistle. Spencer over now. We're going to come over, and referee will talk to the sideline there, and what that is, I believe, is a flop warning against Tashawn Brown. And we actually saw it during that confusion after the Inajo and Spencer dunk earlier in the game. That's what took a while for things to be sorted out, was actually Spencer was called for the flop warning following the dunk. So now we see Tashawn Brown hit with the same thing there on the three-point shot in the corner. Cruikshank over to Hawkins, handoff to Adome. He rounds the corner, gets inside the paint, kicks it out to Spencer in the corner for three, and he hits it! Inajo Spencer hits a three to bring the Thunder closer here with 15 minutes to go. Brown works inside into the short corner to Taylor, and on the gather he travels. Good stop for the Thunder.
And that is so big. Spencer hitting the three-pointer and then getting the turnover quickly right after. Down by 13, there's plenty of time left to get back into this game, and the Thunder just need to stay composed. They need to keep getting open looks like that one from Spencer, who quietly has had a really great second half. 11 points now, shooting 5 for 11. He's still 1 for 5 from deep, but you have to think that the way this momentum is shifting, that might change.
And the timeout called here by Lake Forest. The Thunder on a 10-2 run in the last 2.5 minutes, and so while the deficit is still large, they've been able to hold Lake Forest scoreless here for the last 2:04. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Novi checked out, and they've had a smaller lineup out on the floor, and they haven't been able to hit their jump shots in the same way that they have. Their three-point percentage now down to 56.3. So finally getting more into that normal range here in the second half.
Well, 0 for 3 to start the second half from three-point line. And so far the Thunder, whatever they talked about at halftime, is working as far as threes go.
Adome drives to the right, gets past Albright, puts it up and in on the layup. It's 11 points now. Brown outside to Espinoza. Back up top. Cruikshank goes down there, and it's got an offensive foul. Brown looks like he gave Cruikshank a little bit of a forearm there that sent Cruikshank to the floor.
I mean, I was watching Cruikshank off ball there on Brown, and just the work that he put in to stay in front of Brown. Getting the charge, I mean, that's got to be tough, especially considering he did go and exit the game earlier with some sort of injury. He's back in now. He doesn't look like he's hampered by it at all. And suddenly it's an 11-point game, and the Thunder look like they have some bright lights ahead.
30-second timeout called by Lake Forest once again. And so throughout the second half, we've seen Ken Davis want to talk to his team repeatedly to try to stop this Thunder comeback, as it's now 10 points strong. It's a 10-0 run in the last 2.5 minutes. There's 15 minutes and 18 seconds left in this game. 55-44. U Vegas will inbound it from the sideline right in front of the Foresters bench. The press will still be on here against the Thunder. There's the trap, but Cruikshank gets it up to Adome easily. U Vegas now working against Albright. Bounce pass over to Adome, who gets inside, almost has the ball stripped away, but he gets it over to U Vegas at the top of the key. The Thunder will reset with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Adome one-on-one against Brown. Spinning there, he's tripped up, and a travel called against Adome.
Yeah, and that's just really consistent defense there from the Foresters. Nowhere to go for Adome, and as the shot clock's winding down, they stayed compact, and they got the turnover.
High screen up top from Michael Drew Jr. He pulls the long two. That is short. Cruikshank there for the rebound, and if the Thunder can get Lake Forest to shoot shots like that, this comeback is going to be a lot easier. Now Adome on the other side. Throws away on the pass, and now a steal by Cruikshank down on the other end. Gets past Albright, and a great job using his body to draw the foul, Tyson Cruikshank.
I mean, just going between the bodies of, looks like 2 larger players there, and he had one more, Brown tracking back. Not really much he could have done there but draw the foul.
Spencer will inbound now. A dome. It's a screen there from Hawkins into the corner to Cruikshank. Driving across the lane. Puts up a shot after the contact, and it drops. The lead is down to single digits for the first time in a while here inside King Arena. Espinoza, crossover dribble, has to kick it back out. Arslanian now up top. There's Albright going past Vegas. Up top, blocked by Hawkins. Underneath, Drew gets the rebound, and Hawkins is just going to take it away. A jump ball underneath, but look at that from Gavin Hawkins.
Man, Hawkins not really getting the nod in that first half. He comes back in, 2 huge plays. Stopping Drew Jr. there down low twice. And great play from the big man.
The Thunder will get the ball off of the jump ball. Possession arrow in their favor. It'll be switched over to go back to Lake Forest following the inbound here from Vegas. Looks like it'll still be the full court trap. Up to a dome, cross-court pass to Hawkins, who's able to get it back to Cruikshank pretty easily. No trouble breaking the press there. Cruikshank getting a screen up top from Hawkins. He's double-teamed. They've got to get it to somebody, and Cruikshank throws it away. Up now to Espinoza, loses the ball, almost off the baseline, tries to save it. Adome is right there. Now Adome racing back down to this side of the floor. It's a 3-on-4 out to Vegas, and he can't handle the pass.
And another turnover for the Thunder. And that one hurts a lot. They really could have stopped there and gotten a good shot off.
Brown against Cruikshank. Handoff to Albright, and there's another foul. Offensive. It's going to go against the Foresters. That's Brown. It's just as he gives Vegas the bump there. Trying to almost set a screen, but never really sets his feet. Cruikshank pushing it up against Espinoza. Aliyev down to Adome off the nice backdoor cut, and he gets the bucket.
And Adome's heating up. He's got 10 points now. He's starting to get a little bit more confident in this game. And the Thunder now just down by 7.
Arslanian goes into the corner. Albright the three-pointer, and there's the shot that finally ends that Thunder run, which was sitting at 14-0. And of course, it's the three-pointer that cuts the run against the Thunder here. Cruikshank out on the wing. Down to Aliyev, open down low, gets it to Hawkins, who can't quite handle it, but still keeps possession. Out to Adome for the 3. Off the rim. Cruikshank racing to grab that ball on the end line, but he can't get it. Tipped up by Aliyev. Now Hawkins racing over there. Albright, another three-point try, and he hits that one. Now Espinoza against Cruikshank on the press. The Thunder have to settle down here after back-to-back threes. Hawkins down low against Taylor. He's blocked. And that's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Thunder. And you can see Coach Schauer putting his hands up, just saying, settle down.
Yeah, and a really great job by Taylor to stick with the bigger Hawkins. And I've been pretty impressed with Reese Taylor so far in this game. He's hit a couple threes. He's been really consistent down low. Really great stuff from him.
Out to Adome at the top of the key. Into the corner to Cruikshank. Shot is up, and it's in! That inbound play was worked twice now for the Thunder. Out to Albright quickly. There's the block from Cruikshank.
And Abram, it is loud here in King Arena. People are getting fired up. And let's see how high Cruikshank gets here. Come on. It's gone out of there in a 3 and a block. Down at the other end, he is not looking injured at all.
Cruikshank, no fear as he rises up against Albright. And now we see the referee talking to Coach Davis for Lake Forest. Looks like he wants to have a word with him. Nothing will come of it as it'll be an inbound play underneath. 61-51. The lead is back to 10 after Cruikshank answers Albright's second three with a three of his own. Andrew Williams is checked in now to guard Albright, and there's the foul on Williams right away. Gets him on the hand check there. One thing that's been interesting, Don, is that for however physical this game has been, neither team has reached the bonus yet, as they've kept things overall pretty clean. Albright down low, stripped away by Vegas. Underneath, Albright grabs it and gets it out to Espinoza. Into the corner to Houston. Arslanian drives in, gets it to Albright in the corner. Another three-point try, and Aiden Albright hits another one.
And he was contested well, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Albright's a really good shooter, and he's 3 for 5 from behind the arc tonight, leading the Foresters in scoring, and that one's tough to give up.
Cruikshank gets it from Vegas, goes over to Williams. In to the wing to Spencer. 10 on the shot clock. Cruikshank fires up a three. He's hit, and it's a block. Looked like it was all ball. That's a desperation shot from the Thunder. Arslanian. Pump fakes outside, stripped away. Williams going to be hit at half court by Albright. And there's Andrew Williams in the center of it again.
He's already making his impact known. Reaching in there, getting a nice steal. As you can see, Cruikshank getting a little physical. They're forcing the foul. Good stuff from the freshman.
Tayshawn Brown will check in for Albright, and that's good news for the Thunder as Albright has hit 3 straight threes. Brown obviously a very able player, and he's done his own damage tonight, but he's only got 5 so far. Cruikshank on the wing. Drives inside, kicks out to Alioth. And now Adome up top takes the open three. It's short, but the rebound Williams. A new shot clock, and now Adome will slow it down. Adome over to Spencer. Spencer up top to Williams. 10 on the shot clock. Cruikshank the open three. It's short into the corner. Spencer chases after that one, but it's off the baseline before he can get there. The lead is still 13 for Lake Forest, although the Thunder had it down to as low as 9 recently. We see Lipscomb check in. He'll take out Cruikshank, and I'm sure this will be a pretty short break for Cruikshank, as he's part of what's keeping the Thunder alive here.
And the Foresters have made their last 3 from downtown, and they're looking just as potent from that range as they were in the first half.
Brown over to Arslanian on the wing. Taylor up top, rotates it to Brown again. He's guarded by Williams. Gets inside, but Williams tips it away. He loses it once more, and Adome comes in to take that one away. Adome, a screen from Spencer, back to Spencer up top. There's Alioth. He hands off to Adome outside. Crossover dribble gets him inside the paint, putting up the layup. It's no good. And underneath, that's going to stay with the Thunder as it went off out of bounds. Now we see Albright check back in. He'll replace Espinoza with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game. Thomas Lipscomb is back on the floor. There's a jumper for Spencer, which just almost falls in, but not able to. Foul going to come against Williams there as he tried to get that rebound. And when you're playing this hard, that's a type of foul that you will give away every once and again.
Yeah, Williams, really a player whose stats don't really show up. He's making an impact already. He's gotten a couple steals. He's playing some great defense. And he got called for the foul there, but I still like the hustle, and I want him to keep going for that shot.
Now over to Arslanian. And a good job there, but that's going to be a hold called against Spencer. It looked like that was going to be another steal for the Thunder, but Spencer held Novi, so he couldn't get that pass.
And we've got Novi back into the game. 11 points on the night. He's been pretty consistent in terms of defense and offense.
Now, Novi trying to back down against Spencer. A long two is rebounded by Adom after it's well short. Adom getting a high screen there from Aliath. Works into the paint, puts up a layup over the outstretched arm of Novi. Albright bringing it up the court quickly. Out to Brown, pump fake, gets inside the paint. Spencer is there and sends that one away. And a technical foul. Is that going to be against Spencer? I don't know. Didn't look like we saw anything here. And again, just looks like Spencer said something after the block, and that's all that it took.
And 4 fouls on Spencer. Still 8:47 left to go in this game as now Albright gets some more technical free throws, and this is tough if you're the Thunder.
Definitely. You love to see a huge play like that, but you don't want the ball to go back to the Foresters. And Albright will only make 1 of 2, but it'll still be Forester ball out of it now. Inbound play from underneath. Spencer has checked out. Hawkins is in there now. Up to Novi. Novi faces up. Goes to his right. Lipscomb reached in there, and he's called for the foul.
And right now, Lipscomb and Hawkins on the floor with Alioth. They've got another one of these big lineups. They should be winning all of the boards.
Inside to Novi again. Hawkins working against him, and that's a travel as Novi shuffled his feet there on the catch. 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go. The Thunder have to break the press again. Over to Adom. Adom up to Lipscomb. Lipscomb will wait for Adom to get back now. Adom will just take the jumper from the elbow, and that one's good. Albright up now, driving against Adom, underneath, into the corner, rotated back up top. Shot from Alsranian is good. Arslanian hits another 3. Adom catches it on the other side of half court, drives in with the left hand, is blocked, and Klung's able to save that one. And now it's Brown all the way out by himself, and he'll finish the layup. And that's a really tough 5-point swing for the Thunder.
Yeah, giving up the 3, then giving up that fast break. Not something you want to see, killing any momentum that the Thunder had when this was a 7-point game.
Spencer checks back in. He'll replace Thomas Lipscomb. It's a 15-point lead for Lake Forest, 70-55, with 7 minutes and 52 seconds to go. We saw Thunder make a 14-0 run in just 4 minutes earlier in this game, and so it certainly is possible. They're going to have to start on defense and get stops. Uvegas gets inside, kicks out to Spencer, 3-pointer wide open, and he gets it to go. And there's the timeout called by Coach Schauer quickly after the basket drops. And so the Thunder answer the 3 by Arslanian with a 3 of their own from Spencer. And Don, the Thunder don't want to go away yet.
Well, Spencer right there knocking down that huge 3-pointer, but remember, he's got 4 fouls. He's got to be consistent. He's got to be disciplined. He's one of the main reasons that the Thunder are still in this game and have a chance to come back with his scoring ability and with his defense. And right now, the Thunder, if they're going to make a move, it's got to be now. 12 points down, 7:40 left. But just like you said, it's got to happen over a long period of time. It starts with defense. It starts with not allowing these 3-pointers. And it starts with playing good, solid basketball at the other end. Use up the shot clock, get a good shot off. And we should see something happen here for Wheaton.
And Don, I think we had thought that we were out of the woods there for a second with this barrage of 3-pointers from Lake Forest as they missed their first 3 of the second half. It seemed they had finally cooled down, but just before we speak too soon, they're back to 65% from behind the arc, 13 for 20. Arslanian's leading the way with 3. He's perfect from behind the arc. Albright has 3 as well. He's 3 for 5. Arslanian brings it up the floor now for Lake Forest. They're up by 12. Goes to his right, trying to get past Aliath. He loses it there, and Aliath takes it away. Cruikshank looking up the floor now. Crosses half court and wants to get something going. Out to Spencer. He'll try another three-pointer. Off the screen, it's short. Rebounded by Lake Forest. Brown comes up now. We've seen Cruikshank on him all night. Arslanian out to Albright. Three-pointer. That one's tipped by Adome. They're vying for it, and Adome comes down with it. That's a foul against Albright. It won't be a jump ball as Adome had his hands on it, and then Albright jumped on him.
Yeah, that's a really great call. Just watch here. Adome gets it, and then he's going to swing him down to the floor, obviously with no malicious intention, just trying to go for the ball. But smart call from the referee, and that's big. The block from Adome kind of stems that three-point barrage, as you were saying, from Albright. And now a chance to make this a one-possession game with a three or get closer with a good two.
As now it's 4 fouls on Albright as well, so both teams with an important player in foul trouble. Adome at the elbow. That one is just short. Vegas soars in, can't grab the rebound there over Seguin. Espinoza wants to send the pass down to Seguin on the block, working against Spencer. Baby hook there with the right, no good. And there's Spencer on the rebound. Cruikshank brings it out over to Vegas. Vegas goes down to Aliath. He's looking for someone to go to, instead works across the paint, and that one just does not fall in. Looked like for sure it was going to drop for Aliath. Arslanian, he's perfect on the night. He misses his first one there. Cruikshank up the other way. Spencer at the top of the key. Has it tipped away, and he'll pick it up on the other side of half court and dribble it up himself. Espinoza going for the steal. Leaves Adome some room, pulling up for the jumper that he hits.
And look, that was just silky right there. With his left hand, he somehow made a little fake pass out to Spencer, got some room, and now the Thunder heating up.
Arslanian out to Espinoza. Trying to work against Adome. Passes it off to Seguin down low, and that's good ball movement to find the open man. Seguin with the two. Adome works against Espinoza there. And now Adome will have some time. Getting it over to Cruikshank. Back up top to Adome, driving to his left. Spins inside, passes it to Cruikshank, wide open underneath for the layup. Espinoza once again bringing it up, goes to his left, beats Adome, pass underneath. The same pass won't work twice as Cruikshank there on the help defense, able to knock that one away.
And look who's coming in, it's Williams. And he's going to be a huge factor. 5 minutes to go, and now the lead is 10. Things getting closer and closer for the Thunder.
Brown trying to get it in. It goes into Klug outside. Arslanian up top. Over now to Espinoza. Calls for Brown to come get it, so Brown will have it on the wing. Into Seguin against Spencer. Working to his right shoulder, and there's the rebound by Aliath off the missed shot. He's fouled underneath by Klug.
And look at Aliath rising there, and yep, just reaches his hand in there. Takes it away. We see Cruikshank clapping there, trying to get this team fired up. Chance to make it a 3-possession game here.
And now the first time that we see either team heading to the line in the bonus. Aliath will be at the line to shoot for 1-1. He's 4 of 5 on the night. Lake Forest has now committed 17 fouls. That's compared to the Thunder's 5 here in this half. Aliath makes the first. There's a second on the way. Referee going to talk to Vegas there, sandwiched in between two much taller players, between Novi and Klug. Aliath gets the second to go, and so it's down to 8. The Thunder need another stop. Brown just holding it outside, up to Arslanian. He's wanting Klug to cut through as he got in the way of Espinoza there. Espinoza has it now outside. Crossover move, beats Vegas. Waits till Spencer's in the air, kicks out to Brown. Brown works into the corner to Klug. Klug the three. It's well short, but he gets his own rebound off the long rebound. Espinoza wants to settle this team down, and he's going to work the clock now down to 10 seconds. Seguin's down on the block. Excuse me, that's Novi. He gets the screen up top. Over to Arslanian. Drives to his left. Out to Klug. Another try. That one is long. Good box out by Adom to keep Novi off the rebound. Outside to Vegas. Tries to get a bounce pass inside. It's broken up by Klug, but the Thunder keep possession. Alioth up top. Cruikshank off the screen. Gets it down to Alioth, who puts it up with the left hand, and he's fouled to the line.
And that play started and ended with Alioth. You saw him after the turnover, or near turnover, I should say, calling for passes, calling for his team to play smart. They took a little bit more time. He set a great screen, and the pick and roll, the and one, and now things are looking pretty tight.
It's a 6-point game now between these two teams. Lake Forest trying to regroup. Alioth is at the line for one shot. We see Albright check back in. He does have 4 fouls. So does Anajuan Spencer, who's on the floor for the Thunder. So one more for each of them, and they're done for the night. Alioth rattles in the second free throw. 67-72, a 5-point game inside King Arena. Brown gets a screen from Taylor. It's hedged. Taylor up top, drives into the lane, out to Arslanian in the corner, who works across and loses the ball. Adom diving to save it, but he can't, as that's good hustle from the Thunder, but just unfortunate that ball took a bounce that he couldn't handle.
Yeah, just a little bit too eager to get up the floor, and you can't really blame him. King Arena is loud right now. There's a lot of momentum going on for the Thunder. Down 5, their lowest deficit in a while. And things could happen here.
The Thunder have not led in this game. And you're right, Don, they're working back now to just 5 points, which hasn't been the case since in the very early minutes of this one. Timeout called by Lake Forest. And so the Thunder have a chance to regroup here as well. The Thunder have 2 timeouts left. Lake Forest has 1 after this. With 3 minutes and 15 seconds, Don, at this point it doesn't matter what the first part of this second half has been, as a 5-point game with 3 minutes left is a close game no matter who's playing.
Look, and the Thunder have done it really in a simple way. They've just played harder. The 3 points are still falling for this Forster team. They're 4 for 11 in the second half, which is still pretty respectable. Obviously not the clip they were shooting from earlier, but the 3-pointers are not where the Thunder have made this comeback. They've been playing hard. They've been playing consistent. The defense has stepped up tremendously in this second half. They're hustling down the court, and of course, they're making more shots.
All right, so Lake Forest will inbound with 3:15 to go. The Thunder ready to meet them here in the half court. Vegas guarding Espinoza. Vegas gets a hand on the ball. Espinoza trying to go to his right. Gets inside, pump fake, puts it up, and it's good. Good individual move there by Espinoza to score. Cruikshank will dribble it up, and he'll get past Brown, at least up past half court. Adom has it, now outside. Looking for something here from his team. Going to the left, getting a screen. Cruikshank able to hold on to that one. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Spins inside, hands off. Vegas in the corner, 3-pointer, air ball. Espinoza will now move it forward. Cruikshank guarding Espinoza, and at this point, you can expect Lake Forest to use up as much time on each possession as possible, as the clock is working in their favor. Hand off to Albright. He tries a 3. Rims out. Alioth the rebound.
And finally, Albright misses. Good chance here for the Thunder.
Cruikshank brings it up. 2 minutes left. Cruikshank works to Adom on the wing. Gets the screen. Goes out to Spencer. Wide open 3. And Anajuan Spencer puts it through. Timeout called by Coach Schauer, but look at this 3.
And that's huge right now. A 4-point game. The pressure is on. King Arena is loud. And Spencer has been the reason for that. 17 points on the night after starting out the first half pretty quiet. He's now 3 for 8 from behind the arc, and still with those 4 fouls, he's been disciplined for the last couple of minutes not to pick up that 5th, and he's been super crucial tonight.
It's a 10-2 run in the last 4 minutes for the Thunder. They trail by 4. It's 74-70. And while there certainly is a lot of energy in this room, Coach Schauer still, again, trying to make sure his team plays smart when they come out. We can't afford any turnovers at this point with only 1 minute and 51 seconds left on the clock. Espinoza will come and bring it up. He's guarded by Vegas. Espinoza gets the screen. He's now at the top of the key. Works to his left side. Tries to kick it out, but good anticipation by Cruikshank. Everyone thought that was a travel in the building. Doesn't get whistled on it. Espinoza back up top. Shot clock down to 10. Little shimmy shake. Hesitation move to his right. Crosses over. Good defense by Vegas. Air ball. And that's a great individual defensive possession by Colin Vegas. Now a dome, 1 minute 15. Works to the left, into the corner to Cruikshank. Puts up the 3. Off the rim, rebound, Spencer. Outside Vegas. 1 minute 6. Gets it over to Aliyev. Aliyev, a handoff now to a dome. Spins the other way, gets inside, blocked from behind, but that's a foul. A dome heading to the line. It's Albright's 5th. He's gone.
Watch this move from a dome. Just the body feint, and then, yeah, coming in off the back, Albright a little too aggressive, and that's a huge 3-point threat out of the game for the Foresters. 4-point game, a dome with the chance to make it a 2-point game.
Coach Ken Davis going to call his entire team over, talk to them here, and of course they have the 1 minute to get Albright off the court and to sub somebody in here for him. It looks like it's going to be number 4, Sam Houston. We've seen him a little bit tonight. He's just got 1 shot on the night, but it's a 3-pointer that was good. And so he's another shooter off this Lake Forest bench. A dome at the line for 2 shots. We're down below a minute. It's a 4-point lead for Lake Forest. A dome clean through on the first. A dome puts the second one through. Clutch there. 1 possession game. Everyone's on their feet. Cruikshank guards Brown as he brings it up. And they will, of course, dribble it down here. Now 45 seconds with 15 on the shot clock. Brown gets the screen from Taylor. Over to Arslanian. A couple handoffs now to Espinoza. Espinoza up top. It's a switch. Now Taylor in the corner. Espinoza working past Aliyev. Everyone thinks it's a travel, but instead it's a foul on Aliyev with 29 seconds.
Now we'll see it right here in 1, 2. Now it looks like he got it on 2. Just pretty long steps. Gave the appearance of a travel. Calls or draws the foul on Aliyev. Actually his first foul of the game, which is pretty surprising considering how physical he's been down low. But a big play here.
Espinoza puts the first free throw in. It's his first of the night. And he'll have another one coming on the way. You'll see it again here. And Espinoza gets a shooter's roll on the second free throw, so that one falls through as well. 76-72 with 29 seconds to go. The Thunder have to get a shot off here quickly because they need time to foul on the other end. A dome step back 3 to beat Arslanian. It's off, but Aliyev the rebound. Down low, he's fouled. He'll go to the line with 16.5.
And what a play here from Aliyev. Just a big body down low. Beautiful one-handed rebound. 2 more big free throws from Aliyev, who's taken 8 tonight, only missed 1. These are big points.
Aliyev swishes the first. It's a 1-possession game, 76-73. That one is short, and Taylor will rebound it, and then fouled on the baseline quickly here. So now that'll put Lake Forest in the bonus. Taylor will head to the line to shoot free throws.
The Thunder with 22 attempted free throws tonight to Lake Forest's 9. So they've had a little bit more time on the line, but they're both shooting about the same tonight.
Taylor is 1 for 2 on the year. Make that 2 for 3. 15.2 seconds left, a 4-point lead for Lake Forest. And makes the second as well. And it looks like we've got another timeout. This one called by Lake Forest, and so it's a 5-point game with just 15 seconds to go in this one. And Don, priority number 1 is get down and get a quick basket.
Well, it's so tough because even if you do get that quick basket, Lake Forest coming out 4 straight free throws. I mean, it's tough to do anything when the game is going against your favor in that way. But I'm really impressed so far by the Foresters' composure, by their discipline. They're not getting too stretched out. They're not getting too wound up. They're hitting their free throws, and that's the biggest thing that they can do right now. But as you said, the Thunder, they've got to get down. They've got to try and hit a big 3 or get a quick 2.
They'll break the huddle now, and it's going to be that lineup that we've seen really for a lot of this second half with Spencer, Adome, Aliath, Vegas, and Cruikshank. The Thunder have 1 timeout. Lake Forest have none. But the Thunder will have to bring it up full court. We'll see if Lake Forest wants to bring pressure. It doesn't look like it. Maybe one as Arslanian's waiting at half court. Brown standing at half court too, so it looks like they'll meet Adome as soon as he dribbles up past half. And Adome picks it up. Clock runs. Screen from Aliath. Cruikshank outside. Thunder have to get something here. Spencer, now 7 seconds. He loses it, but gets it back and puts the 2 in with 3 seconds to go. The Thunder call a timeout, and it's unfortunate that the Thunder take that long getting that first basket. There are 3 seconds left, but the Thunder are going to need something special here to foul, then have Lake Forest miss, and then hit a 3 of their own.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Reese Taylor on that defensive play. He was on Spencer, and Spencer's a guy with a really quick release, and of course, standing as tall as he is, it's tough to block unless you're right there to begin with. But Taylor got on the outside of him, prevented that easy look. And although he did concede the points, 3 seconds left to go in this game, he did what his job was, and that was waste time off the clock.
Neither team any timeouts left. We see Williams on the court for the Thunder. Aliath has been checked out after a night's work here. 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 12 points. Long inbound up to Espinoza, and he will escape. Lake Forest beat the Thunder here tonight, 78-75.
And what a great way for the Foresters to end this game the same way that they've played, with tenacity, with hustle, just throwing it over the top to Espinoza, who does well to dribble it out. But what an awesome game to watch, either online or in person. And overall, great play from both teams. And now we'll send it down to the floor for an interview.
I'm down on the floor with Coach Schauer. Coach, your team trailed throughout tonight, made a run late. What do you have to say here? How do you feel about this team's performance tonight?
Yeah, it stunk, and mostly on me. We gave up 47 points in the first half and 31 in the second based upon a simple adjustment from me. I thought we have some young guys that got to learn, what it means to play. They're going to win their league. I think they're the best team in their league. They have to learn what it means to play at this level defensively, and we were very passive in the first half, but a lot of that's on me. We just had a terrible scout in the first half. We gave up 47 points and really couldn't make the adjustment in the first half. Finally made it at halftime, and even with the adjustment, still had a couple huge baskets that we gave up that that hurt us in the effort to try to get back.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. We will see the Thunder back in action on Saturday night against Olivet College. Well, they'll face off at 7 p.m. It'll be here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Make sure to tune in on Saturday night. For tonight, Lake Forest getting the win 78-75 here in King Arena, handing the Thunder their first loss of the year. They're now 2-1 and move on to play on Saturday. For everyone here at the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, including Don Crowder, I'm Abram Erickson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.